Week 7 in the books. You know what time it is. 2-minute drill starts now. While I was right about Aaron Rodgers having a big day against Chicago, I did not foresee Jay Ajayi having another 200-yard performance. Got this one wrong. Good job, Clipboard Jesus. In a Sunday night game where defense ruled the night, David Johnson somehow scored 23 points. And Drake's new favorite team proved me wrong again. 2 block kicks was the key to the Crying Jordans getting the win. It was only the key to getting a tie for the Seattle Seahawks. As predicted, Drew Brees and the Saints did have some big numbers against the Chiefs and managed to put Just Win Maybe over the 500 mark for the season. Hernandez Hitman rode 3 of his Bengals stars to 80 cumulative points, but start of a Dynasty's team outperformed my expectations and only had 2 guys in the single digits. And earning his 3rd straight win with DeMarco Murray being the centerpiece, Meet 'em Weep didn't stand a chance, because Brady's back, bitches. While my Week 7 results came out eerily similar to the Seahawks-Cardinals result, I'm still above the 500 mark for the season, gonna have to step it up in Week 8. With Just Win Maybe having 2 of his top 5 players against the Seahawks defense this week, I think Brady's back bitches walks away with this one, but it'll be close. In a battle of 2 teams with almost half of their players seemingly on injured reserve, I think the Team Titties has just enough quality players to take the win in this one. Drake's new favorite team thinks if I pick him to win, it'll jinx him and he'll lose. That might be my motivation here, might not, but I'm taking him for the win. Can I kick it starting 2 different players from the Seattle Seahawks offense? I don't care who else is on your team. That ain't getting it done. I'll take the Crying Jordans. Start of a Dynasty going kicker list this week, but Chalupa Batman looking like 2 of his 3 running backs might not even suit up. Plus, you're not starting DeAndre Hopkins. I'll take start of a Dynasty. This one's easy. Clipboard Jesus finally came to life last week, and until Hernandez Hitman wins one here with a 6-game losing streak, I gotta pick against you almost every time. Clipboard Jesus for the win. With 6 weeks of regular season matchups left, and the top 3 spots from each division going into the playoffs, each division has a gridlock of 3 teams tied for first place. Will a bottom feeder in either division make his way up through the ranks, or will the top 3 teams in each division separate themselves going into the playoffs? That remains to be seen. But as for now, the Chula Vista Crying Jordans on a 4-game winning streak, both Drake's new favorite team and Brady's back bitches, aka the Creeper Brothers, with 3-game winning streaks, and with winter approaching and snowball season coming up, 2 teams rolling downhill quickly. Hernandez's Hitmen might already be there with a 6-game losing streak. And the team that started off so hot with 4 wins to start the season, now with a 3-game losing streak in Chalupa Batman. Maybe not auto draft next year, huh, Casey? Well, that's it for this week's 2-minute drill. Hey, if you want lower taxes and don't want to vote for Donald Trump, feel free to fill in the blank for Kevin Kriebel on Election Day. After all, I'm making fantasy football great again. Have a good week, boys. It's time for your fantasy expert advice from a non-fantasy expert. Ladies and gentlemen, O'Doyle rules.
Because I'm such an important man, I need to pretend I'm recording this as a phone call. That way, if any of my coworkers see me, they think that I am speaking to an important client rather than recording a fantasy football recap. So a few observations from the league. Landon, bringing up the rear, having snaked every one of my picks. I wanted to thank you, personally, for making sure I did not pick Jamal Charles, Josh Gordon, or Demaryius Thomas. I owe you for that, thank you. Brad looks like a genius for having traded me Cam Newton and Calvin Benjamin for 3 of my dearest players. Those 3 players were outscored 48-0, showing that he has what it takes to come from behind and really start to put together a win streak. So congratulations for that. Looking like a real genius right now. Ron was able to snake Jacquizz Rodgers from me, outbidding me by $2. He must have used some sort of a odd currency exchange, perhaps using Kronars, pulled together through his shoddy Wi-Fi at his Korean transgender hotel he's staying in. Hope the trip's going well. On that note, Brandon, I was going to attach the photo of you eating your Dunkaroos as you just edged me out by 2 points last week, thanks to a thrilling 6-6 game and Seahawks defense scoring you some points. However, I'm afraid that if that photo was ever found on my phone, I would then be arrested and no longer to go by any sort of a school within 150 yards. So decided to delete that photo, and brings me to my final person, the individual I'm playing this week, who I think should accept some trade offers for Andrew Luck. He's decided to stick with Phillip Rivers, who at this point is just doing a downward spiral for the rest of the year. This is about week 6 when he just crumbles under pressure. And speaking of sharp declines, Kyle, I had my way with your brother a few weeks ago, both physically and in fantasy football. So I've had the calf, or no, I've had the bull, excuse me. Now I want the young calf. So I'm really excited to kind of switch some gears and start exploring with the younger individual of the Kriebel family. So that's my observations for the week. I think I'm good. Nobody seems to be staring at me. I hope everyone good luck, and I look forward to playing all of you.